Let's queer up trans rights. Supreme Court win for trans students by leaving school bathroom victory in place. Here ends a long fight put up by trans students against discriminatory school laws in Indiana. The U.S. Supreme Court has handed transgender students and allies a victory by declining to hear a case on whether Indiana schools can block students from using restrooms that match their gender identities. The court's refusal leaves in place a lower appeals court ruling that upheld the rights of trans students to access the correct bathrooms. In August, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 7th Circuit heard a case involving 3 trans boys attending schools in Martinsville and Terre Haute, Indiana. Their middle and high schools blocked their access to the boys' restroom, even though the state has no law banning trans students from using the correct facilities. This marks at least the second time that the U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear a case on trans students' bathroom bans, leaving in place a victory for trans rights. In 2021, the court declined to review a court ruling in favor of Gavin Grimm, a trans male student, after his school board in Virginia tried to create a policy to block him from using the boys' restroom. The district court ruled that the school board's policy violated Title IX as well as the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution. However, Indiana has recently passed anti-LGBTQ+ laws allowing schools to forcibly out trans students to their potentially unsupportive parents, and a law prohibiting the instruction of human sexuality in preschool through 3rd grade. Trans activists make note that this will likely have significant influences on other states' anti-trans laws, including Florida. Now, can we please stay out of the restroom?
Exactly.
Metaphorically speaking, when trans and cis alike, just leave the bathroom alone.
Exactly.
Just let them do what they gotta do.
Listen, that's why there's stalls. They can go into a stall. You gotta see what I got. Ally McBeal had unisex bathrooms a million years ago. It wasn't a big deal.
Let me tell you, at events, that the women's restroom has a long line.
I go to the
I
boys.
have gone into the boys' bathroom, so I don't have to wait in the line. And people just want to go to the bathroom.
And we've been fighting this for how long? This started what, 2015, 21 was it? John?
Yeah, 2014. I think it started in North Carolina.
I remember me and John did the story a couple months ago about the gentleman who finally got some, was going to get some money from the civil, for paying some of his law bills, but it wasn't a lot, and it had been a million years after.
Yeah, legal bills at $400 an hour or more add up fast.
Right.
I'd like to, unfortunately, I have to correct something from your story. At the beginning, you said, here comes the end to the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. I'm sad to say, Pat Barrett Coleman, who is a member of Catholic Allies, a great watchdog group for our community in Indiana. They keep an eye on the session, much like Florida has just started, the legislative session. And Pat posts that HB 1291 wants to eliminate the term gender and replace it with biological sex. Chris Judy, Joanna King, Michelle Davis, and Robert Morris are the bigots that are pushing this bill. Again, HB 1291, if you're in Indiana, or even if you're not, send emails. Tell them this is wrong. The fight continues, and it's frightening, but it continues. We must be there with them. Thank you so much, Pat.
And this story is also a reminder that while Indiana did give us our icon, Pete Buttigieg, it's also the same place from which Mike Pence and Dan Quayle slithered forth. So keep your eye on Indiana, because it could be a dangerous place.
And mind your goddamn business. Go ahead.
Thank you.
That part.